Some women like to call the guy that they're with daddy, right? So I know that is funny to a lot of people. I know a lot of people would probably think, "Why? I'm not going to be calling no dude daddy. He's not my daddy." But it's a thing, right? Some women love to call the guy that they're with daddy. And some guys like that, right? Some guys really do appreciate when their woman calls them daddy. It's just one of those things for some men. I'm not saying all men, but it's an ego thing for some men. So that's what we're going to talk about today. This whole idea of some women wanting to call their boyfriend or their husband daddy, and the fact that some men like to be called daddy. So we're going to break it down into three parts, and we're going to discuss that today. All right, so the whole idea of daddy and why she wants him to be daddy is supposed to be nurturing, right? Daddy is supposed to be nurturing. He's supposed to be looking out for, and get this, his baby girl. Now, that's usually what he is going to call her, right? So, daddy's supposed to be nurturing. Daddy's supposed to be romantic. Daddy is very giving. He's a very kind and giving guy to his lady. And daddy really helps out his baby girl. So, that's where we're going next. Baby girl, who is his girlfriend or wife, she is willing to submit. She's willing to give up a lot of times, a lot of her power, because the whole balance of this relationship, this daddy baby girl relationship, is based on this whole idea of power. And baby girl is willing to give up her power to daddy, right? Daddy is the protector. So she gives up her power to daddy because he is now her protector. That's the way that she sees him. So remember, daddy is nurturing, he's romantic, he helps her out, he's helping to steer the course of her life. She looks to daddy to be able to offer feedback, to tell her how to approach certain things in life. And in exchange, she submits herself as baby girl, right? And she now is giving up all of her, maybe not all, but a lot of her power, because she trusts this person to now be her protector. Now, a lot of people argue and say that they're not going to call no person daddy or whatever the case is. That's not my father or whatever the case is. There are a lot of arguments that women who do that. There are a lot of arguments out there that women who do that are women who, for they didn't have their dad in their life, or they have some kind of um, inferior complex or something like that. They're not seeing things correctly, that they're somehow not processing the role of a father and separating that from that of a boyfriend or a husband appropriately. Now, that's up for discussion, and anybody could disagree with that or whatever the case is. But for a lot of people, and a lot of people won't admit it publicly, right? A lot of people will not admit this publicly. But for a lot of people, this particular dynamic in the relationship actually works, right? It actually works for a lot of people. The other thing about this whole idea of daddy is discipline, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that men should be disciplining women. That is absolutely not what I'm saying. So I want to just make sure I've made that completely clear. But there is this dynamic that does exist in that baby girl daddy type of relationship, where there are some women, believe it or not, who want their man to be able to discipline them. But the twist to it is, a lot of times it is in a sexual type of way, right? So it's in a sexual type of way that this kind of discipline is taking place. So it's more of a sexual fantasy. It's more of their thing. Everybody has their thing, and this whole idea of daddy is going to discipline me that's their thing as well. So the whole idea of daddy works well inside of their sexual relationship, inside of the bedroom. A lot of men really do get off, no pun intended, an ego type of thing when a woman calls them daddy in the bedroom. A lot of people get off on that. And a lot of women love, and a lot of women get off of calling their boyfriend or their husband daddy when they're engaged in, having sex and that sort of stuff, because it adds some kind of dynamic to their relationship. Now, everyone will not agree with it, but again, it works for some people. So that whole idea of daddy, discipline, and sex is something that a lot of people incorporate into their bedroom, and it adds that fantasy to their relationship. So let me know what you think, right? Remember, daddy is nurturing, he's romantic, he's caring, he looks out for his baby girl. Baby girl willingly submits to daddy, right? Because daddy becomes the protector. So she relinquishes some of that power. And then they have this dynamic of having this daddy discipline relationship that a lot of times lends itself into becoming part of their sexual fantasy. So while they're engaging in sex, a lot of times, she referred to him as daddy. The guy in turn loves that because it strokes his ego, and he's able to kind of, mentally get off on that, or whatever the case is. So let me know what you think. Are you the type of person that would call your boyfriend or husband daddy? And men, do you like being called daddy by the person that you're with? Don't forget to subscribe. Please turn on your post notifications. Please leave your comments. Don't forget to share and hit the like button. And until next time, peace.